I grew up watching further Tales of the Riverbank, but I never got around to seeing the 2008 Tales of the Riverbank film, and I love a lot of the voice cast, so I figured it was time that I did this. This is directed by John Henderson, written by Henderson and Andrew Hislop, and we have a voice cast including Stephen Fry, Peter Serafinowicz, Miranda Hart, Morwenna Banks, Jim Broadbent, Steve Coogan, Andy Heath, and Ardal O'Hanlon. Our protagonists are, of course, Roderick, Hammy, and GP. And the characters are puppets rather than real animals, which I don't have a problem with. It doesn't feel like the further Tales of the Riverbank that I grew up with, largely because of that. So I'm very much viewing it as a film in its own right, which I guess I should be doing anyway. And I will say it's not going to appeal to everybody. It definitely feels like more of a children's film than a family film, but because I really like the voice cast, I enjoyed watching it, but I guess I enjoyed listening to it more than anything else. It is, of course, a story about our protagonists who are a hamster, a rat, and a guinea pig who are swept away and have to try and get back to their homes. And it's about the various obstacles and characters they encounter on their journey. The story develops well enough, everything flows nicely. One of my favourite bits involves blowing up some balloons. I won't spoil too much of it, but I really enjoyed the dialogue there, and visually I thought it looked pretty good. The puppet designs are quite good. We get a lot of close-ups of the characters, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but sometimes it can be a little bit too much. But in general, visually it's quite engaging. And the voice cast is brilliant. My personal highlight is Miranda Hart. I thought her character of Miss Much was really brilliant. Would I recommend it? For the right audience. I'm not going to say I loved it, and it didn't really give me the nostalgia of the further Tales of the Riverbank that I used to watch as a child. However, if you grew up watching that, just as a point of interest, I think it might be worth watching this to see how it compares. I think it might appeal to children more than big kids. I think it's something I would have really thoroughly enjoyed as a child, and I probably would have watched it multiple times. As an adult, once is enough. The story is fine, the narrative structure is fine, the pacing is good, the characters are interesting enough. Visually, it's not too bad. The voice cast is obviously amazing. So if you like any of the voice cast, I'd say give it a go. It is certainly a watchable film. If you're looking for an entertaining, family-friendly film, maybe if you're watching it with children, it could be a different experience. But certainly something for younger children, I think, would be slightly better suited. So I wouldn't watch it again, but I don't mind having seen it. It's nothing like Further Tales of the Riverbank with the live action characters, but not in a bad way. I think it's probably better to use puppets than real animals in terms of being a little bit more humane. So I can't really complain about that. It's not bad. It's not amazing, but for the right audience, Tales of the Riverbank might be worth checking out.